If you've just signed up for a system, this is the first thing you should do before building a funnel, sending emails, or creating a product. There are a few back-end settings that need to be configured properly, and if you skip them, you'll run into deliverability issues, payment problems, and automation errors later. In this video, I'll walk you through exactly what to set up first, so your account is structured correctly from day one. I'm David, and on this channel, I'm documenting building a digital business from scratch, focusing on simple systems, clean infrastructure, and launching the right way. This video is the foundation. We're going through every setting section inside system, what each one does, what needs your attention now, and what you can safely ignore until later. Let's start inside the dashboard. This is what you see when you first log into system. Before you create funnels, emails, or courses, there are settings that need to be configured first. Some of these are essential right now, and others you'll come back to later as you build. I'm going to walk you through all of them, so you know exactly what each one does and what ones to prioritize. Let's go to Settings. This is the Settings menu. We're going to work through these in order, and I'll tell you which ones need your attention right now and which ones you can skip for later. The first setting to work on is your profile. Everything you enter here gets used to generate customer invoices. Fill it out accurately now so you don't have to fix it after your first sale. You've got your profile image, display name, first and last name, country, city, address, postal code, state, phone number. Fill all of these in. At the bottom, select your customer type. Select individual if you're operating as a person, or company if you have a registered business. Most people starting out will select individual. One thing to note, the email shown here should be your business email, not a personal Gmail if you can help it. This is the email associated with your system account. The next setting is account. This is where you set your time zone, date format, and time format. The time zone setting matters more than you would think. It controls when your scheduled emails actually send. If this is wrong, an email you scheduled could go out at the wrong time. Set it to your actual time zone now. The date format and time format are personal preferences. Pick whatever you're used to, save, and move on. The My Plan setting shows you what you are on and what your limits are. On the free plan, you get 3 funnels, 1 automation rule, 1 custom domain, and up to 2,000 contacts. There is no credit card required for signing up. Every plan, including free, includes unlimited email sending, unlimited file storage, unlimited course students, no transaction fees, and a built-in affiliate program. If you need more, Startup is $170 a year, Webinar is $470, Unlimited is $970. My advice is start with free. Learn the platform and upgrade when you actually hit a limit. You don't need to pay for features you don't need yet. Keep this page in mind as you build. It's easy to forget your limits until you hit one when you're in the middle of a project. The next setting we'll look at is payment settings. It has a few things to configure before you can start selling. Let's go through them. Receipt settings. By default, system sends customers a receipt after purchase. You can turn this off separately for individuals and companies if you want to handle receipts through your own system. Tax settings. If you don't charge VAT, check the box that says you don't charge VAT to customers on payment pages. If you do charge VAT, you'll configure that separately. If you're unsure whether you need to charge VAT, that depends on your country and business setup. It is best to check with an accountant. Default currency. Set this to your currency now. This becomes the default every time you create a new price plan. Set it right here so you're not manually changing it every time. Access settings for subscriptions and payment plans. This controls when customers get access to what they bought. Leave this at the default for now and revisit it when you're setting up your first project. Terms and conditions. This is where you paste your payment page terms. If you don't have these written yet, come back to it. When you do have them, paste them here and they will appear on all your payment pages automatically. The email settings. This is where you set your sender name, sender email address, and authenticate your domain for email sending. This is one of the most important steps in the entire setup, and it's also the most involved. So I've made a dedicated video that walks through the entire process step by step. The short version is you need a custom domain email address as your sender, not a Gmail or Yahoo. You need to authenticate that domain with CNAME and DMARC records. If you skip this, your email will go straight to spam. The link to that video will be in the description. Make sure you watch it right after this one. The course setting controls how your course looks and behaves. Here you can store student sessions or disable or enable downloading of audio and video from your course pages. The next setting to look at is custom domains. This is where you connect your own domain name so your pages show yourdomain.com instead of a system.io link. Notice that system gives you a free subdomain by default. It will be yourname.system.io. This works fine for testing, but for a real business you will want your own domain. To add one, click Add Domain and enter your domain with the www. The DNS setup that follows depends on who you bought your domain from. I've made a dedicated video for Hostinger users. That is the domain I use, and that will be linked in the description below. If you're using GoDaddy or another registrar, System.io has help docs that will guide for each one. Most of them are similar. One thing to note, after adding DNS records, it can take up to 48 hours for changes to propagate. Don't panic if it doesn't show connected immediately. The next setting to configure is payment gateways. This is where you can connect Stripe, PayPal, Razorpay, or Paystack, among others. You need at least one connected before you can sell anything. Each one has specific requirements, and there are required fields on your order forms that differ by gateway. Missing them causes silent payment failures. I will be covering them in upcoming videos. They will have full step-by-step for each one, and I will link to them as I make them. Make sure you set this up before you build your first product. The remaining settings are not necessary to fill out right now. I'll go through them and we'll come back to them when we're building our business. The first one is sales funnels. We'll come back to this as we're building funnels. The next setting is shipping settings. This is relevant if you're selling physical products. If you're only selling digital products, you can skip this. The next is affiliate program. You can set your own affiliate program. Come back when you're ready to recruit affiliates. The next setting is public API keys. This is for developers connecting third-party tools via API. Skip this unless you know if you need this. Next are webhooks. This is for advanced integrations. You can skip this for now. The integration settings is where you can connect third-party tools like Zoom, Google Meet, Google Sheets, ActiveCampaign, Google Calendar, and Twilio. The next setting is affiliate commission payouts. This is where you configure how your affiliates get paid. You can revisit this when your affiliate program is active. The notification controls what email notification system will send you. Make sure to look through this and select whatever notification you want, and you can turn off anything you don't need. Workspace members, you can add team members here if you're working with others. Skip if you're working solo for now. The security settings is where two-factor authentication lives. It is on by default. System sends a code to your email each login, but you can check Trust this device on your machine to skip it. Leave 2FA on if you're taking payments. It protects your account. The Manage My Subscription setting shows your billing history and lets you manage your plan. There's nothing to configure here, just know where it is. That is every setting section on System I/O. You now know exactly what each one does and what needs your attention first. The immediate priorities were profile, account time zone, payment settings, and your plan limit. Custom domain, email authentication, and payment gateways each have their own dedicated video, and I will link them in the description below. Work through those in order. In the next videos, we will be building the actual funnel. But now it's going to work properly because the account is set up right. Subscribe and build it with me.